Oh, hi, it's your old buddy Zoo here, and one of my most popular videos this year was on the R36T. I didn't have high hopes for it, but apparently everyone loves R36S clones. You know what else everyone loves? My seasonal early fall Temu videos. Last year I got a bunch of Halloween stuff and I spookified this R36S into a jack-o'-lantern. Woo! But this year, I think we're going to show you how you can get the R36S for super cheap with a couple super cool accessories. Sound good? I reached out to Temu and they agreed to give us coupon codes for all the items in this little haul, as well as a coupon bundle if you download their app. New users to the Temu app can get $100 in coupons and get an R36 for half off today by using code DYU4992 in the Temu search bar. App users can claim this by using the link in our description, but it does expire 24 hours after you start it, so don't plug it in until you're ready to buy. If you haven't checked out Temu in a while, they've got a really cool feature that helps indecisive people like me. One of my main issues with using sites like this to buy budget electronics is worrying that the price will drop as soon as I pull the trigger. This actually happened with the R36T here. It was like $60, and then as soon as my video dropped, stores started selling it for closer to $40. Well, sir, Temu has a price protection policy in place to help with sale anxiety. If you order something on Temu and the price drops in the next 30 days, just let them know and you can get a partial refund of the difference. Pretty cool, right? You know what else is cool? This Chrono trigger shirt. It was like $14, $15. I got a 2X because I'm kind of fat, but I'm a dad. It's allowed. I got my dad bod, but it fits good, and I can walk around and everyone will say, is that Dragon Ball Z? And I'll say, no, it's Chrono Trigger. Can't you read, you dingus? I also got little Halloween blind bags for my kids. I don't know about you, but my kids love this stuff, and it's expensive as hell on Amazon, so grabbing these Pokemon and Disney guys for super cheap helped me to be #1 dad. Well, for at least a couple minutes. Let's get to the main shebang here, the R36 Max. Ooh, I paid $42 for this, but due to my shrewd financial wrangling, you can buy this same model for just $21.26. Just use the QR code on the screen. Where's it gonna be? Huh? How about that? Now, we've done a couple of videos on these things in the past, but in short, it's kind of a clone of the R36S, except you'll notice right away it has a 1x1 screen that is 4 inches by 4 inches. Great for playing Game Boy, Game Boy Color, anything 4x3 if you want to scale it to 8x7, and not too bad for Game Boy Advance in a pinch. This is manufactured by our old buddies at Game Console, and it's usually easy to find these for pretty cheap. It has the RK3326 chipset, which was the standard bearer for the first wave of super popular retro handhelds, like the AmberElec 351 series, or the Powkiddy RG20S, or even one of my favorites, the Game Force Chi. It's super solid, it plays up to PS1 reliably, and you can get some N64 and Dreamcast and PSP possible. Oh, by the way, it also has a ton of firmware options. This sucker shipped with AmberElec right out the box, but you can also do ArkOS, Rocknix, older Jellos build, AmberElec, whatever floats your boat. This entire series of devices are cheap, reliable, and ubiquitous on social media. And since I'm still rocking this old R36S, while I was buying my old R36 Maxes, I decided to get a screen protector and a cool case for this. Let's get the screen protector on now. Let's see what we can do. The R36 Max comes with a cool case already, but for my old R36S, I didn't have anything. And I decided, what goes great with pumpkin orange? That's right, a disgusting neon lime green. Ooh, let's just make it as obnoxious as possible with this cool silicone sleeve. That looks like something from like 2002. That is peak. I am a very special zoo, and I do not want to break anything. I actually like how ugly that looks. That's kind of amazing. All your ports are available, your triggers are available. That's kind of amazing. I like it. And between this and the screen protector, it was only like $8 extra to super protect my old R36S. Super cool. Let's get back to the focus of the video, the R36 Max. Now these things are nostalgia bombs for anyone born between, I don't know, 1970 and 2000. They play old arcade games, Atari, 8-bit stuff like NES, and then Super Nintendo and Genesis, PlayStation 1, and all your old handheld systems from Game Boy, Game Boy Color, all the way to Game Boy Advance. Super cool. It's really amazing how much value is bundled into one of these things, especially considering that you used to have to pay over $100 for equivalent performance at like the beginning of the pandemic, and the firmware was usually trash. These R36 S's and T's and Maxes are the culmination of like 5 years worth of hobbyist tinkering, and they're pound for pound one of the best gaming deals out there. As a real quick device tour of the R36 Max, you'll notice it has two of my favorite things in the world, butt doots. And they're really, really ergonomic, especially since this screen is a little bit taller than you would get on the regular R36S because it's a 1x1 screen. But man, these butt doots are great. The shoulder buttons are at a nice angle and they differentiate each other because of their different heights. Easy to hit, just great. You have your volume on the side, your TF1, your TF2 over here, your power, your restart, and two USB-Cs on the bottom, one for data, one for power, and of course, headphone jack on the bottom. I like that. You have your two switch sticks here, which, I mean, they're not going to set the world on fire, but if you use my QR code, you can get this for $21, so don't complain. D-pad's actually pretty serviceable. Face buttons are fine. There's a soccer ball that spins. As a hallmark of the R36S series, this function button, this soccer ball, doesn't do anything. It's not mapped to anything in any of the games. Select is your hotkey for RetroArch, and oh, by the way, select and start are hearts for some indiscernible reason. Whee! And then above your soccer ball, you have what the manual calls audio holes, but we call that in America speakers. Oh, and shaders work on here too. There's a couple out of the box. Let's turn this on, load your preset. Let's do CRT and just, I don't know, fake lots. Ooh, that looks pretty good. Ah. Now, Game Boy Advance on here, you are going to lose a lot of real estate if you do play in the original aspect ratio, but the screen itself is 4 inches, so comparing it against the 3.5-inch 4x3 screen, you're getting about the same amount of space. And then 4x3 content, if you scale it to 8x7 aspect ratio, actually fills up most of the screen and looks really, really good on these 1x1 displays. Whoa. Well, Gary, it's time for What Did We Learn? And we learned that if you're looking for the best bang for your retro buck, either for yourself, a friend, maybe a kid. I know that my kids have a couple of these, and they love playing old Mario and Pokemon games. But if any of those scenarios sound familiar, then check out the R36 Max. And right now, if you use the coupon code in the description, or the QR code on the screen, somewhere, what corner are you going to be in, Gary? You can get one from Temu for $21. No fooling. Just follow the code or download the app and search our code DYU4992. I hope you liked the video. I know sometimes people see my annual Temu video and they roll their eyes, but this time I angled really hard to get a really great deal for any of our viewers who are looking to buy an R36 Max for super cheap. Soon it will be Christmas, and if you don't want to end up on my naughty list, remember to like and subscribe and all that jazz. We'd really appreciate it as we close in on that 100,000 subscriber goal. And thanks again to Temu for sending me all this stuff to review. I probably won't keep both of these, so maybe I'll chuck one in the end of the year giveaway pile. Or maybe I'll see a particularly amusing comment and send it out to a viewer. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.